Hello, everyone. I'm Wanda Kyle, and I am interviewing Kathryn Haigler on behalf of Kebie Whitehead with the CCCs at divasthatcare.com and the Changemaker Calf Facebook. So, Kathryn Haigler, why don't you tell us about yourself, where you're at, and what all you're doing?
All right. So I am Kathy Haigler. I am from Kansas. I have been married 34 years, almost 35 in May. We have 4 children, 2 daughter-in-laws, and 3 grand boys. So a little bit more about myself. I spent from 1989 to 2015 working my own businesses and homeschooling our kids. And then once we got them out of the house, I went back to work and worked for 4 years for Marriott and worked myself up into advanced customer service. It was a little more where I just dealt with the hotels more. So business-wise that I'm in now, I'm in a direct sales company. I am in a couple of affiliate companies. An affiliate company that I have is Send Out Cards, and I'll allude to that a little bit later. And then we're getting ready to start a physical business, a cafe. Of course, that'll be a little later. So what I do mostly is I'm active in my church and my community. And most of that is through my church. So we do dinners, and I'll cater those, or I'll cater the meat part of it, and the ladies will bring more in. I use our Send Out Cards to do a ministry within the church. That way we can keep, especially now, we're keeping in contact with our members through the cards and giving them encouragement while we're all separate, because we're not allowed to meet at this point. So we've been in ministry, not as ministers, but as lay people since I was in high school. And we've done everything. My husband and I have done everything from clean toilets to teach. My husband's taught some or filled in for the pastor at times. So it's not a highfalutin job, but it's very rewarding. And we just see where we fit in and what's needed to be done, and that's what we do. And we try to do that in our community too. When we see a need, that's what we do.
Wow.
Did that answer your question?
It did. That is so amazing. On the back end of that, so for the people that don't know you, you also do something else that you didn't mention. You edit books and help people get their writing out. I've worked with Kathryn several different times, and she's an amazing woman. She's always got a smile. I just love when I get to get on Zoom with you. So would you like to tell us a little bit more about how some of the other things that you're doing in your businesses on like the editing side and that sort of thing?
Well, I started taking classes through Kebie Whitehead and the CCC about a year and a half ago. And we would learn different skills. And as we learned different skills, I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. And that was where I started the film editing. I'd never done that before. I'd listened to phone calls for Marriott, and that was the closest I'd gotten, but I didn't get to have fun with it. I was, trying to find fault with somebody. So that's the video came directly out of a one little 30-minute class with Kebie. And then that's how the book editing came out. Was Kebie said, hey, I think you could do this. and this needs to be done for this person. And we found that there are a lot of people out there charging a lot of money for the book editing, and we didn't see that it was warranted. So that's where we started, and I got to start with your book, and that was the most fun I've had for a long time. I really enjoyed your book. I'm just trying to think, and now I'm working on some graphics for myself.
Awesome. Yes, you helping me with my book was godsend for sure. So is there anything special that you do in your community with the feeding other than just in your church, or do you do some other things in your community with that?
Well, we've been back about 5 years and we live out in the country, so we hadn't gotten back into our community until I think it was September of this last year. I got with it's called a Sun Club, and they just do different community fundraisers. And so about once a month they have a breakfast, and I've been volunteering for that breakfast. And it's been kind of fun because then you get back into the community, you see people that you haven't seen for years, you know. It's a small community, you know how that is. But that's where we've been able to feed people in the community. It wasn't my project, but it was a lot of fun helping.
That's awesome. So ladies, I hope you've enjoyed hearing about Kathryn and all the wonderful things that she can help you with. If there's anything that you need help with, get with her. I bet she can find, between her and Kebie, I bet we can find somebody that can help you out. And you can watch this or listen to this on divasthatcare.com, the Changemaker Cab. It will be on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and any other kind of Instagram, Twitter, whatever there is out there to be had. So thank you so much, Kathryn, for taking the time to share your life and how you're working in the community.